Welcome to the channel of Law Informants. I am Adarsh and you are watching one-stop destination for all the law enthusiasts, UPSC aspirants, judiciary aspirants as well as students preparing for the legal competitive exams. In this video, we will give some important facts about Preamble of Indian Constitution. Without wasting time, let's start the facts. Fact number 1. The Preamble of Indian Constitution is based on the objective resolution drafted and moved by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 13th December 1946 and adopted by the Constituent Assembly. Moving on to fact number 2. The Preamble gives sort of introduction to the statute and many a time very helpful to understand the policy and legislative intent, but it does not mean that the Preamble can override the express provisions of the Act and it is non-justiciable. Moving onward to fact number 3. The Preamble contains 4 ingredients. First is source of the authority of the Constitution. The Preamble states that the Constitution derives its authority from the people of India. Second is nature of Indian state. It proclaims India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic polity. Third is objective of the Constitution. It establishes justice, liberty, equality and fraternity as the objectives. The date of adoption of the Constitution. It stipulates November 26, 1949 as the date. Now let's talk about the objectives enshrined in Preamble. The first one is sovereignty. The word sovereignty emphasizes that India is no more dependent upon any outside authority. It means that both internally and externally, India is sovereign. Its membership of the Commonwealth of Nations and that of United Nations Organization do not restrict her sovereignty. According to Mr. Ramaswamy, it is a courtesy arrangement devoid of any constitutional significance. The second one is socialism. The word socialism is used in democratic as well as socialist constitutions. It has no definite meaning. In general, however, the word means some form of ownership of the means of production and distribution by the state. India has, however, using its own brand of socialism, which is the mixed economy. The third one is secularism. The term secularism means a state which has no religion of its own as the recognized religion of the state. It attends all religions equally. In India, a secular state was never considered as a non-religious or atheistic state. It only means that in matter of religion it is neutral. It is the ancient doctrine in India that the state protects all religions but interferes with none. The fourth term is democratic. The term democratic indicates that the Constitution has established a form of government that gets authority from the will of the people. Democracy is a system of government in which supreme power are vested in the people and are exercised by the people directly or through an elected representative. The fifth one is republic. Republic signifies that there shall be an elected head of the state who will be the chief executive head. The President of India, unlike the British King, is not a hereditary monarch but an elected person for a limited period. The sixth one is justice. The term justice in the Preamble embraces 3 distinct forms: social, economical, and political, secured through various provisions of fundamental rights and directive principles. Social justice denotes the equal justice or treatment of all citizens without any social distinction based on race, religion, caste, creed, sex, and so on. Economic justice denotes the non-discrimination between people based on economic factors. Political justice implies that all citizens should have equal political rights, equal access to all political offices, and equal voice in the government. Seventh one talks about liberty. The Preamble secures to all citizens of India liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship through their fundamental right, enforceable in the court of law in case of violation. Article 19, Clause 1A guarantees the fundamental right to freedom of speech and expression, and Article 25 guarantees freedom of conscience and freedom of profess, practice, or propagate any religion. The eighth one is about equality. The term equality means the absence of special privilege to any section of the society and the provision of adequate opportunities for all individuals without any discrimination. The ninth one is fraternity. Fraternity means brotherliness. It implies that all citizens should have a feeling that they are members of the same family with common interests. Now the question arises, is preamble part of constitution or not? In re Berubari Union and Exchange of Enclaves, the Supreme Court held that the preamble was not a part of constitution and therefore it could not be regarded as a source of any substantive powers. But this view has been rejected by the Supreme Court in Kesavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. The preamble of our constitution was enacted after the whole of constitution was enacted, and the preamble is part of Indian constitution. It seems to me that the preamble of our constitution is of extreme importance and the constitution should be read and interpreted in the light of grand and novel vision expressed in the preamble. Here one more question arises. Can preamble be amended under Article 368? For some time an opinion prevailed that the preamble of the constitution was not the part of the constitution. On this basis, it was argued that since it is not a part of constitution, Parliament cannot amend the preamble by virtue of its amending powers. However, in the case of Kesavananda Bharati vs. State of Kerala, the Supreme Court overruled the earlier decisions and held that preamble is the part of constitution and it could be amended like any other provisions of the constitution. The preamble contains the basic elements of the fundamental features of our constitution. The amending power cannot be used to describe or damage these basic features mentioned in the preamble. The Constitutional 42nd Amendment Act 1976 amended and added 3 new words, socialist, secular and integrity in it. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe the channel for more updates and stay tuned with Law Informants. To know more about Law Informants, go through the link given in the description box.